my business is Emotional Peace, and that's pretty much what you get when you walk out of my office. I work with energy techniques. I don't know if anybody not familiar with what energy techniques are. Okay. Basically, it's work. Our bodies are made of energy, and everything's made of energy. Einstein's theory, right? Okay. So when things happen to you in your life, the energy in your body gets kind of like discombobulated. It makes you do things you don't want to do, and you don't have the physical part of being you need. So we just kind of straighten out all that's geared run by the subconscious mind. So we take care of what it's doing to mess us up, basically. And so those techniques are non-traditional. We call it alternative. Okay. But they're way better than anything traditional out there. What could take months and months and months for years of traditional therapy, if you want to call it that. This can be done in a matter of hours. Okay. So whenever someone comes to see me in my office, doesn't matter, what the problem is that they have. Doesn't matter how long they've had it or how severe it is. They're going to walk out of there with in less than 2 hours, and that particular problem will most always be gone. Okay, so we're not talking like a lifetime of trauma, but just like a car accident. They don't want to drive a car anymore. They can walk out and start driving their car immediately. It's that quick. So it's pretty amazing. So let's say you have this past event from your life. Something happens to you, whatever. It could be anything. So, and as a result of that, you may have a phobia, or you may get panic attacks, or you have anxiety, or you have insomnia. All these things can happen to you because we're emotional beings. Okay? So everything we do as an emotion. You're drinking a coffee because you like it, or you don't like it, or you like that taste, or you don't like it. Everything, the clothes we've done, the people we see, everything is whether we like it or don't like it. Okay? And some of the things that we get stuck with, those are things that bother us, those things we don't like. That's what we're trying to get rid of here. So your perceptions and reactions change to things. So these past events happen to you. You may perceive them as not reality because they happen to you, and someone else will look at the same thing you look at, and it'll be totally different. Because the trauma, you've been traumatized, you look at it different. Okay, so let's just say, for instance, this kid, he gets bit. He's 7 years old, gets bit by a dog. It's a big dog. Okay, so after he gets bit, and it's over with and done with, okay, the subconscious installs this little computer program in his mind, using a 7 years old intellect up to that point. He's not an adult, he's only 7, so it installs a program built by a 7-year-old. Okay, so what does the program tell the little 7-year-old to do? He can run, he can scream, he can get nauseous, he can do whatever the program sets up, he really doesn't have any control over that. And that's the problem. The subconscious installs a program that you have no control over. It just takes resources that it has at whatever age you want from your past experiences. Sets up a program, and it runs, and you have no control to stop it. Up until now, pretty much with these techniques, we can just turn them off, which is the great thing. They can pretty much instantly turn them on. So what happens? Okay, so you get bit the 7-year-old gets bit by the dog. So all these things happen to him, and he doesn't want to happen to him. So typically, they might go to traditional therapy or something to try to help the kid. He might think as he grows older, it's going to be better. It just actually gets worse because instead of just being big dogs he's afraid of, now it goes to all dogs. Then it goes to all animals. Then it goes to some anything that look like an animal, like a shadow in the back of the looks like a dog, and they get scared. So all those things don't need to be there. They mess up your life, and it goes into other areas of your life. It just doesn't stay with dogs. It'll affect other areas of your life. So let's just say we all have a computer, right? Pretty much everybody has a computer now, that's right? So it gets problems. The longer you have, the more problems it gets, right? Okay, just like us, the longer we live, the more problems we get. All right, so you take it to a very expensive computer tech guy, and you get it repaired. You don't want to spend money, but you need it. You got to do it, so you just do it, right? Okay, so let's say he finds 4 things wrong with you, or 4 things wrong with the computer that you have. So let's say he turns it up and he starts looking at it and says, you notice you got down by the little clock there on the bottom right. You got like 10 or 15 icons right there. Okay, those are computer programs that are running in the background. They're not fully running, they're ready to run. Okay, let's say he finds out you need defragging on it. Okay, I don't know if everybody knows what that is. I'll explain it a little bit later if you don't. But then you find spyware, malware, it's got all that's going on in your computer. Then it notices when it starts up, the hard drive has got some errors by some of the screens he sees coming up. So you got all these problems, so you take it to him and get it fixed. So basically, I'm doing to a human being what this computer guy is doing to a computer. He's fixing all the errors. So let's say someone comes in with me. So what I do is I basically turn off all the unpleasant memories they have running in the background, like all those icons bottom right by the clock. So they disable those. I basically turn off all those. I defrag you, okay, by taking all the scattered pieces of your memories and that's what defrag is. Pieces get scattered all over, and I'm putting them back where they're supposed to be so that you look at things the way you're supposed to look at them, not look at them in a skewed manner because you've been traumatized. Then I remove all the malware from you, which is basically the bad memories and events that happened to you. So then those are all things that are causing your distress. So then I repair your hard drive. Well, I mean your brain. I repair that for you. So I take all the errors that you have there, that you know they're errors, because it's just like, why am I doing this? I know I wasn't like this before. So I fix all those things. So basically I'm like a computer repairman for your brain. And so it's very different than most things that people go to see somebody get fixed. It's a totally different way. It's not talk therapy or anything like that. It's totally different. Okay, so when you fix all these errors yourself, then you can be in your top performance mode. And when you're doing your job, you're experiencing your life, you're having a vacation, anything you're doing, you want to be at the top of your game doing it because you want to enjoy life. You don't want to be having to deal with life, you want to enjoy it. Okay, so that's what you can do. So let me just give you a visual story of what I tell every client that I see comes in. It helps them understand what's happening in the process. So this isn't scientific, but it's an easy way to understand it. Let's say, because we're talking about energy, because it's energy techniques. When you're born, let's say you get all the energy you're ever going to get. You don't get any less, you don't get any more. You get 100%, and that's it. Okay, so let's divide that percentage in half. Over on this side of the scale, you got 50% of that, 100%, allotted for your emotional being. The other 50% is allotted for your physical well-being. Okay, so as you go through life, things happen, and mostly it happens on the emotional side. Okay, we do have some physical challenges. Most of it's emotional. So something happens. Okay, and then over here on this side of the scale, there's more resources, more energy to run those little programs down by the clock, right? Okay, so each thing happens into your life is a little program. So what happens is it needs more energy, so it pulls up here, and it has to draw from somewhere. It can't create more energy, so it pulls from the physical side. So this keeps happening. So your first one, say if you're born, let's say you're even, first thing that happens is immediately the doctor spanks you and you cry, right? So bing, you already got a little divot in your persona already. Okay, so the next thing happens, okay, let's say you're traumatized, or let's say you're teased or bullied and you're in school, okay, be a little bit more like this, up and down. Okay, then you go through life, maybe you can't make it through college, or you have an accident, or you get fired from your job, you get a divorce, keeps going like this, or maybe you almost get killed because you're on the battlefield, because you're a soldier, right? Or if your wife finds out you're cheating on her. Okay, that'd be another big one. So you get really these big things happen in life, and all we're doing is, when I see you, you get ticked down like this, and you get back as close as you can. No one's here, but you can get like this. You can function like this or this, but you can't function here. And when that happens, you get physical ailments, fibromyalgia, you get diseases, you get panic attacks, all these things happen, but they go away when the balance gets restored. Well, I got 2 more minutes, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so basically, in stress causes, like, depending on who you talk to, 86 to 95% of all sicknesses and diseases are caused by stress. So why would you want to fix it? No sense in, because all the vitamins you eat, all the good food you try to eat, natural, all stuff, is not doing anything for you if you're stressed out, because you're in a fight or flight mode. When you're in that mode, your body's not processing nutrients the way you're supposed to. So there's lots of good reasons to get rid of your stress, and that's what I do.